Hello. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's Speak Out Home practice session. Today we are going to honor a person who has had a profound impact on my life and yours too, although you may not know it if you are new to Speak Out therapy. Today's topic, we're going to celebrate Dr. Daniel R. Boone, who is the one who in the 1950s first recognized that intent could really help people with Parkinson's. I like to say that Dr. Boone recognized it in the 1950s and Parkinson Voice Project brought it to life. Before we get started with our exercises, we need a little inspiration so we can practice smiling with intent. Here's a wonderful picture that was sent in to us by Carlton. Carlton, I love the smile. I love that I get to see what you look like because you're always chatting, and I really appreciate your testimonial. I will fight the good fight with intent. Wonderful. Let's all smile with intent. Give me your best smile. And please practice in the morning, every morning after you brush your teeth. Look up in the mirror and practice your smile. And when you get a smile that you really like, think about how it feels. It probably will feel exaggerated, but look at it instead of paying attention to how it feels, and then do that all day long. It's so nice to smile. Take a sip of water and we'll get started with the first Speak Out exercise. I'm also going to show you a video about intent that hopefully will help you understand it more. I'm sipping on warm water. Any water will do. Let's get started. Here we go. May, me, my, mo, moo. Don't let your voice trail off. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Find a target across the room. Let your voice hit it. We are not yelling. We are projecting our voice forward. We're learning how to speak out. Let's do another one. May, me, my, mo, moo. We're lifting our voices. We're connecting the may, me, my, mo, moo, the syllables. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. And let's do one more where we use a little bit more intent. We're going to have to think about it a little bit more. Really stretch out the vowels. Speak out. Ready? May, me, my, mo. We just activated the pyramidal motor system, the intentional motor system. Take a sip of water and use intent when you do that too. Moving on to Speak Out exercise number 2, the ah. Deliberately open your mouth wide, okay? And then project the ah forward, carry it forward, and hit your target. Here we go. Hopefully you're already in the chat. Hopefully you've signed in. If you haven't, where it says type in your nickname, just put your first name and where you're from. But I wonder in the chat, maybe you could tell us after we do the ahs, what is your target? What are you looking at across your room? Is it your refrigerator, a picture out the window, a dot on the wall? What are you focused on as you carry your voice all the way to the end? Let's do another ah. Let's do another one. Let's do a shorter one. And one more. We're done with the ahs. Take your sip of water. Do it with intent. Intent is a powerful word, not just for people with Parkinson's. It's a powerful word for me in my life to really concentrate and be purposeful. But it is essential for people with Parkinson's to understand intent. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 3, the glides. Project out a steady ah and then glide up. Here we go. Ah. Ah. Be confident. That's another way of using intent. Ready? Ah. Ah. As you glide down, make the sound grow. It's like a roller coaster or a slide. Get it in front of you. Let's do it again. Ah. Ah. Good. Start high and glide down. Ready? Ah. I notice that as I'm gliding down, I have to purposefully open my mouth because it wants to close. Let's do one more. Start high and glide down. Ah. We're done with the glides. Take a sip of water. The next speak out exercise is the counting. This exercise coordinates the breathing muscles with the vocal folds with the articulators. So really speak out, connect the numbers, and then stop at the end of each row. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Lift your voice. It's 1. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It is so important that you are exaggerating. You're using a lot of intent. We're not yelling. We're projecting our voice forward. We're learning how to speak out, but exaggerate because these are the muscles that you use to speak with, to swallow with, to chew your food with, to control your saliva. Some really important things. Let's do one more and start at 12. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Smile. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. While you take your sip of water, I'm going to share a video about intent. This is information from our Speak Out Therapy course for speech language pathologists, and this is information that Dr. BOONE taught us when we were developing the Speak Out Therapy program. Here's a video. part of a video. It's a couple minutes long. Here we go. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. Uh-oh. Okay, of course that's going to happen. I really want to show it to you, so will you give me a minute? Go ahead and do the counting on your own. Give me a minute. I need to open this up. If I can find it fast enough. I don't know why this happens. It happens sometimes. I have it all ready to go, and then it just goes away. Okay, but I really want you to see it, so give me just a second. I'll find it for you. I have it. Let me fast forward.
Pyramidal system is with intent. When a time to think about
I'm finding it. Hold on 1 second. I've almost got it.
You will probably talk, walk, and write with intent. Deliberately.
Here we go.
Speak clearly.
At Parkinson Voice Project, we call this speaking with intent.
Can you back up
When
a
people
little bit?
with Parkinson's pyramidal system doesn't communicate with the substantia nigra and hence doesn't rely on dopamine, this system works well for individuals with Parkinson's. Intentional and deliberate movements are preserved. We activate the pyramidal system when we consciously and purposefully produce a movement, like deliberately trying to speak clearly. At Parkinson Voice Project, we call this speaking with intent. When people with Parkinson's talk, walk, and write with intent, their speech sounds clearer, they stand up straighter, and their handwriting becomes more legible. All of us, whether or not we have Parkinson's, have used intent throughout our lives. Consider these examples. Think about your last job interview. Did you make a conscious effort to smile and make good eye contact? Did you purposefully sit up straight and speak clearly? Whether or not you were aware of it, you were probably using intent. What about driving? Is driving an automatic behavior or an intentional one? Have you ever driven somewhere and suddenly realized that you weren't paying attention, but arrived at your destination anyhow? You were probably using the automatic system. But have you ever driven down a highway when suddenly you got caught in a downpour? Did you turn off the radio, put both hands on the wheel, and lean forward just a bit? You shifted from the automatic system to the intentional system, from the extrapyramidal to the pyramidal. What about when you exercise? Do you find yourself working hard to swing your arms when you walk, lift your knees higher, run faster, do sit-ups or push-ups with more effort? This is intent.
I'm glad we got to show it. So intent is so wonderful for all of us, but especially people with Parkinson's, because it's something that you've done all your life. Just like it described with a job interview, where you walk in with confidence and you have a firm handshake and you purposefully make good eye contact and you're concentrating on the conversation. That's intent. So now we're going to do the reading exercise, and I want you to read these sentences with intent. A reminder also, we have our sing-along today. Sing along right after this session. Sandy will post the link, and then you can also find it on the home page of ParkinsonVoiceProject.org. Here's a photo of Dr. Boone. Let's read these sentences with intent. Exaggerate the highlighted words. Today we celebrate Dr. Daniel R. Boone. Notice how I use more intent on the highlighted words. Read it again. Today we celebrate Dr. Daniel R. Boone. Ready? He was born on October 30th, 1927. Again, he was born on October 30th, 1927. Next, Speak Out Therapy is based on Dr. Boone's teachings. Read it again with more intent. Hit your target. Speak Out Therapy is based on Dr. Boone's teachings. We're going to move to the conversation exercise. So what does it mean to speak or walk with intent? What's happening in the brain when you speak or walk with intent? Let's read this together. Ready? Ready? I messed this up. You activated your motor system that is not as dependent on dopamine. So when you use intent, you are activating your motor system that is not as dependent on dopamine. So that's what it means to speak or walk with intent, and that's why it works so well with people with Parkinson's. Activate your motor system that is not as dependent on dopamine. Now, what are some other words for intent? What's another way to say intent? Everyone responds differently to certain cues. So which one helps you the most? You can put this in the chat. Let's read these together. Concentrate. Be purposeful. Be mindful. Take back control. Put forth conscious effort. Be deliberate. Those are all ways to be using intent. All right. If you need a sip of water, go ahead and take it. Now we're going to do Dr. Boone's words. He gave these nonsense words to Parkinson Voice Project and to all of you to help you work on lifting the back of your tongue. Exaggerate the G's, the K's, and the NG's. We'll do each nonsense word twice. Here we go. Gula ganga ga. Again. Gula ganga ga. Really exaggerate. Kuka mangu ka. Kuka mangu ka. Don't worry that it looks silly. Do it anyway. Ready? Kukla. Kukla. And the last one. Ready? Gangla. Again. Gangla. Good. We're going to move on to the bonus reading. Here's the bell. And we will learn more about Dr. Boone. Here we go. With intent. Daniel R. Boone first recognized the benefits of intent in the 1950s. He was working with a neurologist at Highland View Hospital in Cleveland. Boone noticed when people with Parkinson's counted forward, their speech could barely be understood. Their voices were soft and they mumbled. But when he asked his patients to count backward, they spoke remarkably louder and clearer. When we speak with intent, we activate a motor system that is not as dependent on dopamine, and that's why it works. Here's a photo of me and Dr. Boone. And again, another reminder that the sing-along begins soon. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed learning more about Dr. Boone and where intent came from. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Please share information about these sessions with other people. And before we end, I want to thank all of you who have already made your holiday challenge donation. We have until December 31st to meet the challenge. Once we raise $1.5 million, a family who's been in our program for several years is going to donate the final $500,000. So our goal is to raise $2 million. Thank you so much. Have a great day and enjoy singing.